This is the ultimate showdown. Ultimate destiny. Good guys, bad guys, and explosions. As far as the eye can see, and only one will survive. I wonder who it will be. This is the ultimate showdown.
Of Ultimate Destiny.
Yeah. Say one of them. Just one of them.
Welcome to the Fanboy Club.
Not the first one.
Why not the first one?
I don't like the first one.
I do.
Why do you like the first one? That one's not even funny.
Oh, here. Welcome to the Fanboy Club, the show that, despite numerous interventions, continues to fist pump decades after the song has ended.
That was really crappy read. Right. So, let's talk about zombies. So there's all these fat guys. You saw that picture. The picture of the fat guy with the M16. He's like, I'm prepared for the apocalypse. And like, what is this? What is this that everyone's prepared for zombies?
Well,
What is this thing? Why is this happening?
hypothetically speaking, it's possible but not plausible for
It's
zombies.
Is it possible? Is it possible?
In very rare instances,
I would say it's more likely that we got hit by an asteroid or something like that
Oh, well, there's no doubt about that.
rather than zombies.
It's all hype. It's this massively popular thing that people are it's overdone anymore. You know, it all started with what was it? There was Dawn of the Dead. Like it started way before that. But with Dawn of the Dead, the massive popularity started.
Hold on. What are you talking about right now? How the fuck do I turn it off?
You don't know how to turn a screensaver off.
It's fucking Windows 7. I don't know how to turn this shit off.
Go to properties. Windows 7 is actually...
There's no properties. There's personalized gadgets.
There, go to that. Personalize.
I just went to personalize and it's not...
Now you have to go...
Oh, I see.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm also being blinded right now. So.
Oh, this is true.
Professional. You see how professional this is? I've got a fucking... Just look at how professional this is. You see right here how professional this is. I got a fucking lamp I bought at Walmart for $8. Covered in tinfoil. My laptop sitting on top of this... I don't know what this is. A flower pot? It's ridiculous.
I mean, it's almost like professional lighting. Either way, I'm going blind, so...
Oh, yeah, I'm definitely blind right now. I can't even look at the screen because it's like...
All I see is white. I don't see color.
Oh, God. So what was I saying about the zombies thing? Where was I going with that? I was going somewhere with that. I can't remember where I
the
was
zombie
going.
apocalypse with the fat guy saying, I'm prepared for the zombie apocalypse, but I faint every time I try to climb a flight of stairs.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
No, but that wasn't where I was going.
Oh.
I was going,
Well, it's not necessarily the zombie apocalypse either. It's just the apocalypse in general. They have that stupid show. Is it the Discovery Channel? Like where they start building like shelters and they stock them up with cans of beans and all that other shit.
That's fucking ridiculous.
People just stockpiling.
Hey, look, my beer magically got full again. What happened? Everybody's got a zombie plan, though. Everybody's got one. See, anybody who's seen a zombie movie has a zombie plan.
And it's something fun. It's fun. I think it's something to occupy the mind with. You know, if you get bored, what you don't think about what you would do in a zombie apocalypse. I'm sure you've taken those stupid tests on Facebook. Oh, would I survive?
Well, I do, but I mean, it's sort of an all-around sort of plan. It's sort of a all-encompassing sort of thing. And it's really simple. It's really simple. Shotgun riot gear. That's it. That's it.
True.
You don't need anything else.
Now, where would you go, though? Where would you go?
Who needs
What?
it?
Me, honestly, personally, I feel like, as much as I hate Walmart, I feel like going to a Walmart, you know, maybe getting up in the rafters, coming down when I need something.
That doesn't sound a whole lot like
No?
a good idea.
No. Yeah, there are too many people at Walmart, aren't
I
there?
don't know. I'll just stick to my truck. I mean,
You know, go
what else?
go out to the wilderness, you know, where, you know, some remote location.
Canada.
That always seems to work. Exactly.
Canada's
Canada.
pretty remote.
I mean, it's close enough. You get there in due time. You know, you won't have to worry about the border patrol anymore because you won't have to have a passport because everybody be in chaos anyway. Just blow right through the barrier.
Look at those notes. See what else is on there. I put some good stuff on there. Maybe.
Deadman Wonderland.
Oh yeah, Deadman Wonderland. That's what I wanted to transition
I
to.
don't know anything about that, but
I will tell you about that. Deadman Wonderland is on Netflix.
okay.
It's about this kid, and
Now is that animated or is it?
it's animated.
okay.
Yeah, it's animated. He gets falsely imprisoned for killing all of his friends. It's like near the end there.
Gone to the soul survivor.
No. Keep going.
Like all anime, it's not resolved at the end.
Oh, wait. That's it right there. Yeah. So it's the premise of Kill la Kill, which, if you haven't seen Kill la Kill, it's basically this girl who has clothes that drinks her blood and makes her stronger. Essentially the premise of this show. It's all about blood. The character building of Gantz. Another show, if you don't know. Gantz is like some aliens pick up some people and people die and shit. A lot of gore, a lot of character building. But if you take these two shows, mix them together, and then filter them through Dragon Ball Z, that's this show.
Interesting.
Because there's like people doing, but it's not for like 20 episodes though.
You know, I mean, and that's good. They got rid of that whole, you know, that worked with Dragon Ball Z, but I think that's been overplayed.
Oh, there's
A lot of anime is like that. I feel like, you know, like the way they ended Inuyasha, and then they came up with a whole.
Oh please, they did.
Yeah.
They.
Did you see the new episodes? Yeah.
Mhm.
You know, and that
Not necessary.
I feel, well, the way they ended it to begin with, and then they came back and they were like, well, wait a minute, maybe we don't want to end it that way. Let's attach this to it. You know, I mean, they left it with Naraku. You know,
Should have just ended it.
undefeated. I don't know.
Just...
It was odd.
Anime does that thing all the time where they end it and it's like
They come up with another show, like not necessarily.
No. They end it and it's like, well, some things are unsolved, but it's over. Show's over, and
What
that's
else?
acceptable.
Yeah.
That's acceptable because you can just fill in the blanks with your head. But then there's stuff like Inuyasha fills in the blanks for you, and please just
Well,
let it be.
it went that way in the manga too, I do believe.
I haven't read that.
Yeah, it's actually pretty good. It covers a lot more ground, but you know, I've seen how many different animes are like that. I mean, you've got Full Metal Alchemist. I mean, a bit unresolved there, and then
Actually, that one
had a good twist to it at the end.
No, that one was the original FMA was they just made the whole show out of what the manga was at that point in time,
Mm-hmm.
and the manga wasn't over. They didn't finish it.
Well, they did a movie too.
The show ended, and the manga didn't end. They just made up their own ending.
Yeah.
So then
they had to come out with Brotherhood.
They came out with Brotherhood, and it's the actual ending, and it's the actual story.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, one of the character voices in this show, Edward freaking Elric. Yes. And there's another famous one in there. Let me see. Give me that. There's another famous. Yeah, we talked about that. Oh, hold on. Oh. Apple.
Red's Apple Ale. Taste the apple.
All registered trademarks are property of whatever this company is.
Okay, yeah. The main character, Ganta, played by Rami Pak. Attack on Titan, Kill la Kill, Bleach, Edward friggin' Elric. Shiro, the main main female character, Monica Rail. She was in Baka and Test, Panty and Stocking, Orin Host Club, Shin Chan, Sergeant Frog, Luna Moonface, a whole bunch of stuff. Hyatt and Excel Saga.
The thing about Bleach is I was really into it for a while. I still am. The only problem is if you fall out of it for a little while.
Oh yeah.
There's
exactly
over 200 episodes and it just keeps going.
Mm-hmm.
It just keeps going. Like I got as far as the whole Captain Eisen story arc where you find out he's, spoiler alerts here. He's the
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Oh, see? My point exactly. I need it go on.
I watched like the first season of that. Is there a season? Is there season things going?
Yeah.
Yeah,
there are seasons, but they're broken up in different ways according, like Netflix breaks it up. Back when it was on Netflix, it broke it up differently. So it's really hard to pick up where you left off because when it's on Adult Swim, or the Anime Network or wherever you choose to watch it, each individual place has it broken up differently than the other.
Wow.
Netflix broke it up into different seasons where it picked up, one season was this determined amount of length of shows, and
of course it would.
And Adult Swim
make it even more confusing.
Yeah. So I tried to pick up where I left off, and I ended up somewhere completely different. I was like, I was either like, I don't remember this, or I saw this like 50 episodes ago. Totally
Can't watch it.
no.
Can't do it.
And another one I used to watch was Naruto, who, by the way, American voice is ridiculously annoying.
I never got into Naruto.
But then there's Shippuden, which I heard is much better.
You're like going off into an area I have no idea.
No.
And I consider myself pretty versed on anime. I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
And see, that's
right
the funny
now.
thing, because I haven't really gotten or watched anime in a while. Though I have been getting more back into it. I've been rewatching Trigun.
Oh, Trigun.
Great show. Never gets old. Another one is Cowboy Bebop. Classics. I like to call them classics.
I think I'm talking too quiet for the mic. Oh yeah, good one.
Are you Batman now?
That's better.
Where are they?
Batman transition. You're good at these transitions.
Yes. Well, as long as we're talking Batman, why don't we talk about the original animated series? As you know, it is Mark Hamill that voices the Joker in
Yes,
that.
I know that. I wrote that. He's also in Arkham Asylum.
Yes.
Mark Hamill, the
Yes.
same guy.
Yeah. And if any of you know who Mark Hamill is, you also know that he was Luke Skywalker.
This is the Fanboy Club.
So about that, by the way, there is going to be a new Star Wars movie, and it is going to have Mark Hamill
Damn it, I wrote that too.
and Carrie Fisher in it.
Oh, I didn't write that. Where'd you find that out at?
Well, they're all going to be in it. Harrison Ford, Carrie Fisher, Mark Hamill.
Yeah,
they're all going to reprise their roles. Even the guy who played Chewbacca.
Chewbacca's gonna be in it?
Yeah.
Is he gonna
They're
have like
all
gray
gonna be in
hair?
it. I don't know. We'll have to find out. And production was set back because Harrison Ford had that accident. I think they resumed shooting now, but he had that accident with his was it his ankle? He fell, something like that.
I don't know.
Yeah. But no, so I'm looking forward to that. And as long as we're on the topic of Star Wars and everybody's favorite bounty hunter, Boba Fett, he's going to have a movie.
What?
Yeah. There are talks of Boba Fett having a movie.
Why didn't you tell me about this before we
Well.
started recording? I have no idea this was gonna happen.
So, yeah, and I'm not really sure how they're going to... It's probably going to be a prequel to when he was first introduced. And if it's not, and a lot of people speculate, oh, is he still alive?
He's alive.
Yeah.
He's alive.
So-
We all know he's alive.
Yeah.
We all know he survived that.
So that should be interesting. I'm really looking forward to that.
I'm in the middle of smoking here, and you just cut it off.
Well.
let me see this. What do we got here? What else do we got? Do you know what panty and stocking is?
No.
It's a disgusting show.
It sounds disgusting.
It's horrible.
I don't.
It's two
not
women.
Sure I want to know about it.
It's two women that.
Oh, you're gonna actually tell me about it.
No,
That's...
I'm not gonna tell you too much about it. Just two. It's a cartoon about two women that are gross. But I love
That
it.
sounds like something I'll never watch.
It's good. It's good.
But yeah, no. Going back to the Batman animated series, I remember growing up as a kid. I believe it came out 1992, if I'm not mistaken, around the same time
It seems like it.
around the same time like Batman Returns, with Danny DeVito and Michael Keaton, who, by the way, I do believe is the best Batman. Michael Keaton. I don't care about all you Christian Bale lovers. I'm sorry, but I still believe Michael Keaton was the best Batman.
Yeah, he wasn't bad. Actually, Adam West.
Oh yeah. Oh, with his humor. Yeah. That humor that he worked in there. The original.
No one gets the jump on Adam West.
Yeah. And yeah, he's still going strong too.
Know who else is going strong? Mel Gibson. Sorta.
Yeah.
Not really. That was a bad transit. You're better at these transitions. I'm trying to transition to Mad Max.
I know. But to wrap up the whole Batman thing, it was a huge part of my childhood. I've been obsessed with Batman since as long as I can remember. And I just feel like the way they rebooted it, I mean, don't get me wrong, The Dark Knight was great. I mean, a great trilogy. I really enjoyed that. That's the best Batman portrayal that I've seen since Michael Keaton. Not even going to go into the whole George Clooney with the bat suit, the bat suit nipples. No more of that. Thank you very much. And what about Batfleck? That should be interesting. Ben Affleck. A lot of people are wondering.
Oh.
I guess we'll just have to find out.
I don't want to find out.
I
really don't want to find out. I don't.
When I first heard that, I was a little perturbed and a little angry, upset. Ben Affleck as Batman. I mean, come on. His portrayal of Daredevil. But, you can't always blame the actor. A lot of it could be the writers. A lot of it could be the director. We'll have to see. You know,
Wow. Have you been listening to the Nerdist podcast?
I have not.
That's another good one. We won't talk about that here. Because we're probably going to compete with them. Yeah, right. Okay. Mad Max. I can safely say that this does not hold up. 1979. It doesn't hold up. It doesn't hold up well. I can understand why people like it, but the editing in it is it's weird. It's really weird. It's like they meant to do some things in it, but then they like, oh wait, no, let's not do that. Wait. You know what? Let's do that anyway. There was this scene where one of Mel Gibson, his friends got burned in like some accident, and it's just absolutely ridiculous when you look at it. It's Mel Gibson's face, and he's looking at his friend.
Well, Mel Gibson's face is always ridiculous. But, as you were saying.
He's looking at his friend in a hospital bed. It doesn't show his friend. It doesn't show his friend burned. Now, this movie's rated R, okay?
Oh, of course.
So you would expect, like, maybe some blood, maybe a boob, maybe some foul language. None of that. None of that happened.
So it's rated R for what reason?
Exactly. I don't know why it's rated R.
I mean, I guess times were different, but...
So Mel Gibson is looking at his friend, not showing the friend, and then it, like, jumps, like a jump cut into, like, Mel Gibson standing there in horror, and the screen gets all wavy, and he's like, my friend is burned! And you don't even see anything that's going on, and it's really confusing.
Another classic example of Mel Gibson's horrible career choices.
It wasn't Mel Gibson, though. It was the editor.
Yeah.
It was whoever was editing that thing.
Yeah.
And then there was Mel Gibson did like a torture scene where like this guy was working on a car and he lowered the jack stand on the car so that it would start crushing the guy, try and get information out of him. And the guy should be cursing. He should be, why are you doing this, you mother? But he's like, it's like the made-for-TV edit of cursing.
Well, you know, let's go into the made-for-TV thing. Remember the classic Snakes on a Plane?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, is that how did that go? What are these monkey fighting snakes doing on this Monday to Friday plane? They have the M and the F. It was like
that, but it was still rated R. What did he say? I wrote it down. I wrote down exactly what he said. Molly Frog. Molly Frog. You Molly Frog.
That probably was a TV edit. Again, they have the M and the F, but it doesn't say motherfucker.
Why? Why would you do... This is on Netflix, by the way. Netflix made for TV
decided to put the made for TV. Then, you know, maybe... I don't know. Maybe it's because of Mel Gibson. I mean, you know, he's been... I don't know.
I don't know either.
He's a really religious man. I don't know.
I don't understand this. I don't understand why they edited out all the foul language. But there was one scene that they didn't edit out. And it was Mel Gibson gets this guy on his motorcycle to crash. And they do like a slow-mo of the guy crashing. And the front of the motorcycle just beams the guy right in the back of the head. And they show this... And I'm fairly certain that it wasn't on purpose. I'm fairly certain that this was not a stunt guy acting. This was... The guy actually got hit in the head with a motorcycle.
Somebody getting hit in the head with a motorcycle. That's probably the reason it was rated R.
Oh, that's probably the reason why.
That's the one reason. Motorcycle violence. It's a serious problem.
Where are we? Where are we? Well, it's your turn to talk about something if you want. King of the Hill?
Yes. Okay, King of the Hill. Created by Mike Judge. It's one of the longer running animated series. It's no longer on the air. But at time it was for a while there, up there with South Park and The Simpsons. Simpsons having started it all with the animation.
Started everything.
Yes. We'll go into that later. But I just really enjoy King of the Hill. It's down to earth. It's not this ridiculous no ridiculous crazy antics. It's a more believable kind of comedy, regardless of it being animated. It's got real situations. It's still funny. Hank Hill is this, and interestingly enough, about King of the Hill, it stemmed off of Beavis and Butthead.
There you go. But you're like talking about it serious. It's a fucking cartoon.
Yeah,
it's a fucking cartoon.
I really enjoy King of the Hill. I mean,
it's good. It's funny.
And Mike Judge, the creator, brought King of the Hill to life because of a character on Beavis and Butthead. I didn't really follow Beavis and Butthead as much as I follow King of the Hill. I do know that he was the tight ass, the hard ass guy.
He wasn't the same guy, though.
Right. But Hank Hill was based off of this character. And, just some of the things. Hank Hill's this really uptight, anal retentive guy who, the whole basis of the show is about his son is trying to get his dad to, care more about him, it's a cartoon.
You're super reading into the show.
But I don't know. I just really enjoy the show. The thing I don't like is that, I feel like Fox has become the Seth MacFarlane network. I mean, let's face it, he has started with Family Guy. They canceled it. They brought it back. Something not many people know, it was canceled actually twice. They brought it back again. And then they had American Dad. They canceled King of the Hill to make room for the Cleveland show.
Oh, God.
Yes. Which, as you all know, bombed. That show bombed. And
I love the intro, though.
It's not... It won't be around for very long. I do not think that it was... they didn't sign on for another season of it. But they got rid of King of the Hill for the Cleveland show. I mean, that's something that really gets on my nerves about that. And, one of the things I enjoy so much about King of the Hill is the ridiculous things that, Dale, I especially enjoy Dale, and
Rusty Shackelford.
Yeah, Rusty Shackelford. And then, but, when Hank Hill has his speeches and he gets angry, and there's
everybody completely ignores
yes. And there's a certain point where there's this therapist that comes in and he's talking about Hank and his relationship with Bobby and all this, and he goes, why don't I tie the long hair on your head to the short hair on your ass and kick you down the street? How's that, mister? Just some things like that. And his love for propane is just ridiculous. Like he talks about propane. Like, he's like, I wasn't romanticizing. I didn't even tell her about propane yet. Stuff like that. It's like, it's not too off the wall, but it's just enough to make you laugh. And I feel like it was a really underappreciated show. But, Fox has a history of canceling good shows. Firefly, they canceled Family Guy twice. The one show they haven't canceled, I think, is The Simpsons.
They canceled Futurama, too.
They canceled Futurama.
God.
And they would not pick it back up. It had and I feel like Adult Swim saved Family Guy. I mean, if it weren't for Adult Swim and bringing Family Guy to their network, and it did really well there in ratings, and Fox saw that and they picked it back up. Futurama did really well in ratings on Adult Swim. Then Comedy Central picked it up, which is affiliated with Fox. It's all Viacom.
Viacom. You were talking about Viacom earlier. Yeah. What exactly is that? Like Viacom and Netflix?
Viacom is basically Fox. They their shows, they're very
really?
Yeah. Viacom networks are Fox, FX, Comedy Central. It goes on. What happened? Do you remember hearing about the Dish Network thing where Viacom pulled all their channels from Dish Network? Or no, it was DirecTV. They pulled all their channels from DirecTV. And it was basically a ploy for more money, basically. Now, what they basically did, they did that with Netflix, too. They, I think it was Hulu offered them a better deal. Now, they still don't have King of the Hill. All of the King of the Hill episodes were on Netflix. That is, to this day, the only place that you could get them, unless, of course, you illegally downloaded them. But...
we don't do that.
Yeah.
None of us do that.
No.
That's wrong.
Yeah.
Why would any of us do that?
Right? No. Pirating.
Terrible.
Anyway.
If you pirate, you're a terrible person, okay?
Yeah.
That's all I gotta say about that. Okay?
Might as well be stealing a car. Seriously.
Might as well be
Would you steal a car?
Would you download a car?
Yeah.
Would you download a car?
Now listen. The whole thing. So that you could watch every episode from every season on Netflix. And it was there for a long time. The only reason they pulled it is because Viacom. They pulled South Park too. South Park, by the way, is still on Hulu. Now, even watching the old episodes, you still, even if you pay for Hulu Plus, you still have to deal with commercials. Netflix, you didn't have that problem. But, Fox, Viacom decided, hey, we don't want these shows on Netflix anymore. Somebody offered us a better deal. So they put them on Hulu.
It's bull. I pay for Netflix.
I do too.
Everybody pays for Netflix.
Yep. Why wouldn't you?
Why would you?
But
we do pay for Netflix.
So, at least, that's Hulu's okay. As, if you don't watch a lot of TV, like I don't have a lot of time to watch TV. I like to go on Hulu because they put the episodes on there the day after that it airs, right away. And I can catch up. That's the only thing about Netflix, the advantage that Hulu has over Netflix.
I did watch Hulu for a while.
Yeah.
I'm going to get another beer. You want some beer? Yeah, it's twist top. You don't need that.
Yeah, I'm used to the fancy beer where you have to have a bottle opener.
Yeah, well, that's what happens when you get the...
What is on this?
What?
Is that mayonnaise? Why is there mayonnaise?
What the fuck is that?
What did you do? Anyway.
I have no idea what that is. Cheese?
So.
Dick cheese?
No. Now, where was I?
I don't know. Let's move on. This is a very controversial subject.
It is. Yeah.
Let's not talk about this too much. We have plenty of topics.
And we have 20 minutes left. We're more than halfway there.
Oh, yeah. We're good.
Is there anything you might like to say to Ethan if he's watching this? He's missing out.
Ethan will be back on the show. He'll show up.
I hope so. You know, I feel like Ethan would be
I don't know what's wrong with him right now.
I hope he's all right. I feel like he'd be a good contribution to the show, though.
He certainly would. Anybody other than us would be a good contribution to the show.
Yeah, we're pretty awful. You don't have to like us, but you should definitely try watching us.
Well, let's talk about the first thing on my list. This is probably going to be like, yep, because we both have Samsungs. So, iPhone 6, shitty Apple product, gets bent. iPhone 6 gets bent in people's pockets.
I feel like that is a marketing play by Apple to tell people to get bent. Apple could give a shit less about you. They only care about your money. So what? They give you a product. They charge you for the name. They are charging you for the name. It's the same thing. Every release, they make minor modifications. And they made one major modification this time with the i6 Plus. You know what that is? We're going to copy off a Samsung Note. Because, hey, everybody wants bigger phones. But before that, they were all the same size. The screen never got bigger. They never got any smaller. They had the same specs, except maybe they were a little bit faster. You know, one thing I also believe Apple might do?
What?
Please don't sue us, Apple. Anyway, one thing Apple might do, I honestly think that they give people, when they go to update their phones, and this always happens around a release of a new product, they come out with an update. You know, Samsung does it too.
Oh, hell yeah, they do. I think I know exactly what you're trying to say. It
makes it shoddy. If there's a phone company that's close to release for a new phone, and they come out with an update for their older models, probably don't get that update unless you plan on upgrading.
As soon as the Note 3 came out.
Yeah.
My Note 2 immediately shot down in quality.
And see, the only good thing is
it just turned into a piece of shit.
You don't have to get the update if you don't want to. But they have all these bells and whistles on them. Like, oh, now you can do this to screenshot. Now you can do this to, you know, they have all these add-ons that make it sound nice. But then when you download it, your phone, you have about maybe a 75% chance of your phone sucking after that. Now, Microsoft has a version of, you know, Apple started with Siri, then Galaxy had the Galaxy voice on there. Now, Microsoft, staying true to its Halo, art, Halo games, whatever, they have Cortana. Actually sounds like
Cortana
they
voice?
have Cortana. You can talk to Cortana. You can ask her about Master Chief.
I don't really like Halo then.
I'm not a huge fan. I did play them all.
But that sounds awesome.
I've played them all. I beat them all. Just, you know, they're fun to play. But they get old. They do get old. They have no replay value to me at all. No.
Actually, they do. Yeah, I'm going to scratch that one. They do. Because while I was in the service, we would hang out in Great Lakes, and like it was Halo 2? Was it Halo 2 that had the co-op with the elite guy?
Think so, yeah. They started, yeah.
So
with the elites.
There was this guy who had like all the Halo shit.
Did you know Breaking Benjamin did the ending song for that Halo 2?
Really?
Yeah.
Sounds really fancy.
Carried Away, I think it was. But anyway. Oh, Blow Me Away. That was it.
So, this guy, he had beaten the game by himself. All by himself. And then, like, he was like, hey, I beat the game, but I haven't beat it on Legendary. And Legendary is, like, the shit for that game. Because, like, you play the whole game through like easy and normal.
And you don't really have shields. They pretty much
No,
fix the shields.
Legendary is different. Legendary
Is it?
has like a totally different story. There's
Oh.
it's the same story, but like there's different things going on. Like there's different dialogue that happens instead. Like they'll do like funny shit. Like the black sergeant guy or whatever he is, he'll just say something like really fucking stupid out of nowhere. Like
that gives you some more incentive to play
Yeah, it
Legendary,
does,
because
yeah.
otherwise, why would you want to play Legendary and get your ass handed?
exactly, yeah.
So
It's something different. They do something different when you play the story different.
right.
There is a replayability, but it's really fucking hard. It's really, really, really hard.
But yeah, I mean, regardless of, I feel like these cell phone wars, as I'm going to call them, mainly between Apple and Samsung, Apple sues Samsung for having rounded corners on their phone because Apple did it first. Then Apple turns around and makes a giant phone, just like Samsung made with the Note. Now, I don't foresee Samsung being as big of an asshole to Apple, but in my opinion, if Apple's going to sue Samsung for rounded corners, Samsung might want to think about suing Apple for having giant phones, because they did it first.
How do you sue someone for rounded corners?
Patent. That's a problem. Patenting. It's just a huge problem.
It's rounded corners. I mean, it's like suing the guy who made the circle when you made the square.
Yeah.
What? What?
No, people. It's all just a war over who has the best product. And honestly, Apple is on the decline. This is gonna hurt them. It's gonna hurt their PR. It's gonna hurt everything.
I
You
hope
know?
it does. I hope they go out of business. I'm sick of them.
Apple was in trouble before the iPod came around. The iPod caused the boom. Now Apple's a huge name. Before the iPod came around, you know what most people thought of Apple? They're inferior.
They are.
And they'll probably see a day. They are on a decline, in my opinion, and they'll probably see a day where they lose completely to Samsung. However, let's get off that topic now.
We
gonna
can
move
get
on.
on to the topic about other people suing other people, like Disney suing deadmau5.
Oh yeah, that's ridiculous. Okay, here's the thing. Here's the thing about that. Why wait this long? He's had that signature look for how long? You know why they're doing it? Because now he's getting more into mainstream. Now people know who
it's
he
because
is.
it's because Disney's like releasing some sort of techno album, and they don't want to be associated with deadmau5 while they're making their Disney princess techno album.
They worked with Daft Punk when they made Tron, the new Tron movie, which was pretty good actually.
Yeah.
And very good.
The Daft Punk was
Daft Punk
good.
was, yeah. And so they dabble in techno. Yeah, it was mostly Daft Punk, let's be honest. But and that's just ridiculous. If you think that his mask looks like Mickey Mouse, why not sue him sooner? I mean, come on, everybody knew who deadmau5 was. They have known for a long time. I mean, dubstep started getting pretty big. I think he's actually associated with Skrillex, if I'm not mistaken.
No. Everybody
Isn't Skrillex on his record label?
No, I don't know.
But
it's deadmau5 is not actually dubstep.
no, he's not. He's more house.
Yeah.
He's more house, for sure. And a lot of people might disagree with me on this. I'm not a big fan of dubstep. I don't.
You shut your whore mouth.
I don't particularly enjoy Skrillex. I don't. And honestly, if you actually read more into it and read like different interviews with Skrillex, he does not identify himself as dubstep. Dubstep started in the 90s in the UK. The original dubstep sound. Skrillex does not identify as dubstep.
Really?
He does not.
Huh.
Even
you
though
are a hipster.
yeah. I've been told. Anyway. But no, he doesn't identify as dubstep. There is some dubstep that I do enjoy. Have you ever heard of Nero?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, he's like one of the ones I don't enjoy.
See? So, that is, you know.
He's alright.
Yeah.
He's alright.
But I guess I'm not into the big mainstream, whatever, dubstep.
I'm not into the mainstream either, though.
What is it, Knife Party that people like?
I like Knife Party,
Yeah,
though.
I can't get into that. There's a lot of dubstep that I just can't get into. I like a flow, a certain flow. I like, not a bunch of random noise in my music. It's Aphex Twin is not dubstep, but I do enjoy Aphex Twin. That's I was gonna say because, he incorporates a lot of different noise and stuff into his music.
How about Flux Pavilion?
They are all right.
You like them?
Yeah.
I like them too.
Oh yeah. So let's talk about South Park since the new season is in full swing right now. Started out with the whole Kickstarter campaign episode, which I just had him watch. Very, very well done. And then it was followed by the gluten-free. The episode is called Gluten-Free Ebola. And I really enjoy what Matt and Trey are doing this season. They're doing something they haven't really dabbled in too much. And a lot of animated series haven't done too much of is, having a certain story arc where one episode follows from the last episode. They play on what the last episode was. Like, for example, the Gluten-Free Ebola episode plays on everybody remembering from the last episode that, Cartman, Stan, Kyle, and Kenny, and Butters started a Kickstarter campaign, and that they told everybody to go fuck themselves, that they, they didn't need school, and they were going to be rich, and dripping in bitches, and that's the thing. Wendy says, "Oh, well then why did Clyde tell me that you said you broke up with me because you're going to be dripping in bitches?"
Why does everybody remember all of a
Stan
sudden?
says, "Why does everybody remember everything all of a sudden?" Yeah. So they brought that, and they did it in the third episode too, which he hasn't seen yet, so I'm not going to talk too much about it. But you should definitely watch it. I mean, Matt and Trey, you might not like South Park, but they are geniuses. They are, because they do it in a very satirical way, but they definitely bring important points to light. And the whole Kickstarter campaign about how, anybody can just go on Kickstarter and make a shit ton of money. I mean, look at the potato salad guy. He had that Kickstarter about potato salad.
Potato salad guy.
You can go on Kickstarter and do anything and make tons of money, and all you have to do is have a very minimal obligation.
But he's like starting a potato salad sort of convention.
He is, yes. And
like
that wasn't the plan from the beginning, but he did say that everybody gets a bite of potato salad. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. It brings to light that whole situation there. And then, also playing on the Washington Redskins controversy. just certain things like that. And they poke fun at everybody and everything. Nobody is safe from Matt and Trey scrutiny. And I honestly have a lot of respect for what they're doing. And a lot of people don't like South Park. Oh, it's too controversial. It's too raunchy. But they ask questions a lot of people are too afraid to ask. And they bring certain points to light that should be brought to light. And I enjoy what they're doing with this season, particularly because they're visiting an area that a lot of animated shows like The Simpsons and Family Guy and whatnot don't really do a lot of unless you specifically know that it's to be continued. They have a continuing story in this season, and it is very interesting, weird. And I think it's going to get even more interesting. And stay tuned for more South Park. Definitely, if you should definitely watch this season. It is hilarious. Titties and babs. Titties and babs. That's you need to watch to find out. It's great.
You have to say bows.
Babs.
Not
Titties and
not
babs.
balls.
Babs.
Bows.
It's babs.
I just noticed that you have the TARDIS as your background.
I do. I am a Whovian. I am.
Very well. Very well.
Yes. I think Peter Capaldi questioned him a little bit in the beginning of Doctor Who, their new season. It was a bit rocky to start with. I think he's picked up, and I'm getting more into him. I'm coming around to him being the new Doctor. I've been a pretty big fan of Doctor Who for a while now, and a lot of people, might not understand that, might not get it, but me personally, I have gotten into the Doctor. I do enjoy British shows in general. Great comedy, by the way, is the IT Crowd. If you've never seen it, definitely check it out.
Saw it on my Netflix queue.
Yeah. But I enjoy British television in general. But Doctor Who is been around. It's been around for a long time. It's one of the great, series out there, and the rebooted is very good. And I was questioning whether or not Peter Capaldi would be good at taking over for Matt Smith, but it's got more of a serious tone to it now, and I think it's going places. I really enjoy it. You're not so much into Doctor Who. I'm aware of this, or as you like to say, Doctor What?
Doctor What? Wait, but I did like the Doctor before Matt Smith.
David Tennant.
David Tennant
Like is one. He, in my opinion, is the best Doctor from the rebooted.
I only saw like 3 episodes of the David Tennant.
He's genius.
I like.
By the way, he's actually on American television now. What is it? Grace Point, I think it is. He's on I think it's Fox. I'm not sure. I could be wrong. But and the show is called Grace Point, and he brings out his American accent for it. He's a detective. They're looking into the disappearance of somebody.
He's actually Scottish.
Yeah. He's Scottish. But yeah, I definitely need to look into that because he is a very good actor. And interesting enough about David Tennant, he married the 5th Doctor's daughter. So he is, he's been a fan of Doctor Who. He's, yeah. They had a little special on that, actually, about where he meets his father-in-law. The 5th Doctor reprises his role. And it was like a little clip, holiday special type thing, and he runs into him and he talks about how he was his inspiration. So, no. I do enjoy it, though.
One second.
Don't tell me you stopped recording.
I don't know. No, it's still recording. It just looked like it wasn't.
So,
let's do my last topic since you decided to just burst into your last topic.
what I do. I'm just going with it.
Star Control 3.
Oh dear lord.
So boring. It's way boring. Way more boring than I thought it was going to be. Like when you're a kid playing those games that you played as a kid, and you're like, oh my god, look at these graphics, it's amazing, look at this story, oh my god, it's hilarious.
I had never heard of this, by the way, until you showed me that video.
My dad used to play this game.
Is it kind of like? Is it kind of like Civilization, like the old Civilization, mixed with a little bit of StarCraft?
No, it's the best way to describe it is Masters of the Orion. You probably don't know that one either.
I do not.
It's
I grew
it's a colony builder, but at the same time it's a diplomacy, and at the same time it's real-time strategy.
Okay. I did see the real-time strategy aspects of it. See, I grew up with Tomb Raider and Quake, all that kind of stuff.
No. I don't think you fully understand how far I'm going back with this. I'm not talking about games that I have played.
Oh, you're talking about games even before.
Games that I have watched my father play. And I'm talking like Doom era. Like
now we're making sense.
like even further back.
I remember Doom.
Things that I didn't play myself, but I do clearly remember them being played in front of me.
All I remember is the original Super Mario Brothers. That is what my dad played a lot of.
I didn't play Super Mario Bros.
No.
He didn't play those sorts of games. He played a lot
Duck Hunt.
a lot of computer games. He was more of a computer guy. But anyway, Star Control 3, 1996.
It's a bit out there. There was that XCOM game that my dad played. It's a space fighter. It goes back. I think it's 97, 98. It's somewhere in there. It was on floppy disks. Remember Keen?
Kino.
Oh, it was yeah, I used to play that a lot. But let's go into your computer game.
Developer Legend Entertainment. I searched them, and all I came up with was Unreal 2.
Like
out of
Unreal
business
Tournament?
now. Yeah,
Or-
Unreal
oh.
Tournament 2. And they're out of business now.
Headshot.
They went out of business in 2004.
Yeah, did they get bought out by somebody? Because there were more Unreal games, weren't there?
Yeah, there were. Yeah, I have one for
Who bought the rights to them?
PS3. I don't know. I have no idea.
Hmm.
There's not a whole lot of information on them. And publisher Accolade. They made the Test Drive series and Bubsy.
Oh my god.
Bubsy 1, Bubsy 2, and Bubsy 3D. And they went out of business in 1999. And how do you figure that? How could they have gone out of business in 1999?
They made that game in 96 and they went out of business in 99?
Yeah, it's weird. Actually, they didn't go out of business. They got bought by Blizzard.
That was it. Yeah. Blizzard Entertainment, Unreal. Yes.
Mhm.
I do remember that screen now.
Yeah. Actually, I don't have a whole lot to say on this. It's about precursors, eternal ones. It doesn't make sense. Eventually, it does. I can't do anything about it. I just.
I love games that don't make sense.
It's hilarious though. The game is hilarious. It's got a lot of funny moments in it. It's got like this It's got a Star Trek moment in it. It's like this alien race, and it's They look like Ewoks. It's just a race of like Matthew McConaughey style Ewoks.
That sounds odd.
Does sound odd. But then they make a Star Trek reference and they're like, there's all these alien races out here in the galaxy, but the only thing different about them is their cranial features. There you go. I like that.
Well,
Yeah, we're at time. We're good.
alright.
That was the Fanboy Club. Thank you for joining us. See you in the next one.